everyone, my name is Key Light and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to get into today's Sunday school lesson titled A Patient, Persevering Faith. Last week we got into a necessary faith. Like, it is important that we maintain it. You all know I told you about let's focus on that journey and not the destination, because God has that under control. Now we just have to be patient in the waiting process. So with that being stated, we're going to continue with that patience and preserving it. How can we maintain our patience, especially nowadays in today's society where we get things instantly? We're going to still stay in Hebrews, but we're going to do Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26 to 36. And you all know the drill. I am definitely going to be reading from the Message Bible. It's such an easy translation. If you haven't had a chance to get your hands on it, definitely do. So because I am reading from the Message Bible, it is chunked a little bit differently, so I hope you all don't mind. We're going to start off with Hebrews chapter 10, verse 22 through 25. So let's do it. Full of belief, confident that we are presentable inside and out. Let's keep a firm grip on the promises that keeps us going. He always keeps his word. Let's see how inventive we can be in encouraging love and helping out, not avoiding worshiping together as some do, but spurring each other on, especially as we see the big day approaching. You know, one thing I love about how we're starting off our lesson is encouraging. The tone is uplifting. It is motivational. And it's also this we're in this together kind of attitude. And that's how we got to maintain it. Let's do it. God has kept his word. God has already said, what is in your heart shall be. You know, the destination is already taken care of. How are we going to hold up our end of the bargain? By trusting and believing. How hard is that for us to maintain and keep on doing? Can we be patient in believing in something that we cannot see yet, we cannot touch yet, we cannot feel or hear yet? Can we do it? Yes, we can. Okay? We can do it. Because by God's word, it is going to happen as long as we believe, as long as we are patient in the process of trusting in him. I trust you. And if you need to say that to yourself once in a while, say it. When you feel yourself getting impatient, when you feel yourself like itching to be like, oh, I give up. I'm tired of waiting. It hasn't come yet. I'm just going to move on. Oh my God, I've been waiting to get this job. I've been waiting for him to come around. I've been waiting for her to come around. I've been waiting for this or that to show itself to me. I'm just going to throw it all away. No. When we feel like times are getting really hard, that is when we have to believe the most. And all you need to do is just say, I trust you. That's letting God know, okay, she's believing, she's maintaining, she can do it. You can do it. All right. Now we're going to go to Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26 through 31. If we give up and turn our backs on all we have learned, all we've been given, all the truth we now know, we repudiate Christ's sacrifice and are left on our own to face the judgment. And a mighty fierce judgment it will be. If the penalty of breaking the law of Moses is physical death, what do you think will happen if you turn on God's Son, spit on the sacrifice that made you whole, and insult the most gracious Spirit? There is no light matter. God has warned us that he'll hold us to account and make us pay. He was quite explicit. Vengeance is mine. I won't overlook a thing, and God will judge his people. Nobody's getting by with anything, believe me. Now, after all of that upliftment, it's kind of like a reality check. And sometimes we do need a chin check every now and again. Listen, you need to do this. We're in this together. We have to believe. We have to have patience throughout the journey to get to the destination. Because if we don't believe in God, if we don't affirm him, if we don't believe, it is not going to be easy. It is going to be hard. That vengeance, that punishment, that bad choice that we might make can cause, so much setback. And that's the thing with God. God is willing to love us through and through. But if you make your journey harder than what it needs to be by not trusting in him, by having negative thoughts, by doubting him, by worrying constantly, by having, stress and anxiety, and just, in the words of Whitley Gilbert on A Different World, relax, relate, release. We have to trust, because if not, it's going to make it harder. Have you all realized when you worry yourself, when you doubt, when you're stressed out, it doesn't make your life any easier. It makes it a little bit harder. It presents challenges. It presents roadblocks. And you don't even get to your goal any quicker than if you just were to trust in God. And that is the thing about it. If we trust, it's not going to be hard. I mean, it is going to be hard because we're battling with our old selves. We're battling with being triggered by people letting us down. And we have to forget that God is not people. Yes, people are going to disappoint us. People are going to, unintentionally and sometimes intentionally hurt us. But we cannot put God in the same boat as people, because God is not going to disappoint us. We just have to have faith and be patient that he's going to work it out. He's not going to harm us. Even if you don't get the destination that you want, best believe whatever that destination you get to, it happened for a reason. God did that for a reason, because it was for the greater good. And we have to keep that in mind. Now we're going to finish out with Hebrews chapter 10, verse 32 through 39. Remember those early days after you first saw the light. Those were the hard times. Kicked around in public, targets of every kind of abuse. Some days it was you. Other days, your friends. If some friends went to prison, you stuck by them. If some enemies broke in and seized your goods, you let them go with a smile, knowing they couldn't touch a real treasure. Nothing they did bothered you. Nothing set you back. So don't throw it all away now. You're sure of yourselves then. It's still a sure thing, but you need to stick it out, staying with God's plan, so you'll be there for the promised completion. It won't be long now. He's on the way. He'll show up any minute. But anyone who is right with me thrives on a loyal trust. If he cuts and runs, I won't be happy. But we are not quitters who lose out. Oh no. We'll stay with it and survive, trusting all the way. That's a great way to end it. We have to remember our why. Why did we decide to follow Christ? Why did we, in our souls, know that believing in God was the best thing that ever happened to us? Go back and comment down below. What was the main reason why you believe in God and you love God still to this day? When you get back to your reason why, then you understand why you can't give up. You have been through so much in your journey. Why give up now? Why doubt him now? Why worry now? God has worked it out for you plenty other times. I'm pretty sure if you were to journal right now, you can think of almost 5 things right now on the top of your head on how God has made you a better person today than the person you was a year ago, a day ago, or a month ago. You have grown so much because you have believed in God and you have maintained your trust and had patience along this journey. If you always think about your why do I believe in God? Why do I believe that he's a healer? Why do I love God so much? Why am I a follower of Christ? Get back to that source of why, those very beginning days of following Christ. And that's what's going to keep you going. That's what's going to help you become more patient and realize, you know what? Yes, I'm waiting for that end result, but in due time, God is going to work it out. Whatever is meant to be will be because of who? God. All right, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this lesson. Make sure you like, comment, and definitely subscribe. All right, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Fingers crossed. All right, love you guys. Until next time.